What is going on, guys? GregglesTV. This is the Google Home Hub. It goes for $149 and you can pick it up pretty much anywhere. I got one of mine at Home Depot because they had a crazy deal for like 99 bucks. It's done now, but that's where I got one of my Google Home Hubs. And right off the bat, I love it. It's a really, really cool device. If you don't know what a Google Home is, it's basically a device that allows you to communicate and ask questions to basically a smart speaker. If you have smart home products like lights and cameras and other things like that, you can ask it to show that things or see those things and control those things. So really cool device, and this just adds another dimension to it because it has a display as well that adds some other functionality besides just regular smart home stuff. On the side here, you're gonna see, hopefully, you're gonna see that it does just basic stuff right off the bat with Google Calendar, Google Maps, Nest Cams, YouTube Music, Spotify, Google Photos, and much more, guys. So this is the Google Home Hub, which is a 7-inch display, and it looks pretty good, actually. I don't mind the display at all. It's bright, easy to see. And on the back here, hopefully you can see this stuff. You see the little G logo. It's going to be where you plug in the device. And in the box, you only get the Google Home Hub and the plug, the power supply. So there's really nothing else other than that. You have a mic switch here if you want to turn the mic on or off. There's no camera on here, unfortunately, which I wish it had. There's volume up and down to control the volume of the device in case you want to manually raise it or lower it, and you can change the volume actually in quite a few spots. You can do it 3 different ways. If you swipe up, you'll see that you can change the brightness of the display, or you can leave it at auto brightness. And for some reason the auto brightness doesn't work very well for me. It works better on my Lenovo smart display, which runs Google, better than this one does. It's pretty bright in this room right now, and it's still pretty dim, and that's, I don't know, I feel like it needs an update or something, unless it's being blocked somewhere. But yeah, it just doesn't work. The auto brightness doesn't work as well as I wish it did. You can also control the volume here if you want, just like you could on the back, and you can also do it with your voice if you want. You can go into do not disturb mode if you want, so if you don't want to see anything in terms of notifications or things like that, go into here and you can change your Wi-Fi. You can look at about the device and see what version you're on, all that kind of stuff. And then also you can go in here and send feedback to the developers. Now, some other things you can do on here. If you swipe down, this is going to be where you can control your smart devices. So if you have a lot of smart devices such as lights, media, you can broadcast to your other Google Homes, control your thermostat, and look at your cameras. So if I can go in here and hit lights, and I can control all my hue lights. So if you have certain hue lights that are compatible with Google Assistant, they'll be right in here, and you can, for instance, if I'm in my office right now, if I go to Office, I can change the brightness of my lights, which currently they're off. I'm gonna turn them on, and they're really low at 24%. I'm gonna go all the way to 100. I'm gonna change, right now they're like a purplish color, so I'll change the color to ivory. Just a regular white color, and it's that simple. You can also tell Google to do that as well, but that's the big difference with the display, is you're able to control the display with your hand rather than through the voice. Maybe it's a quiet environment, you don't want to be able to wake someone, you don't want to have to wake someone up or whatever. You'll be able to do that. Also within media, you can go in here and look at your other Google Assistant compatible devices. Even if you have like an NVIDIA Shield, I believe those are on here. Yeah, so like Office TV, that's actually my NVIDIA Shield, and I can click on that and you can go in here and control it. So you can turn it on and off. You can hit play or pause if it's playing a video. You can go in here and rewind, stop, or fast forward. You can control the volume if you go in here. You can also mute it. You can also cast something, like for instance, it only does music right now, but you're able to cast music, which is cool, from here over to whatever device, whatever Google Assistant device you have hooked up somewhere. Next here, broadcast. Broadcast is going to be, click that and you say a message, and it goes, like I said, it goes to all your other Google Home devices. So usually you can just say, broadcast after you say the command. and then you say your message, and again, it broadcasts it. This is a manual way to do it. Press that, and then just say your message. Next up is thermostat. When you go into thermostat, you can change the temperature. You can turn it to heat, cool, whatever you want, all from here. And again, you can do this stuff with your voice, but it's nice to be able to do it directly by touching the screen. Cameras, this is one of my favorite things. And one of the cool things, if you have a Nest door cam and someone rings the doorbell, it will automatically show up on this screen. So I have one, so if someone rang the doorbell right now, it would automatically show that camera on the screen. I can talk back to them, all that cool stuff. I can look into my family room camera and it will load up that Nest cam on here. It takes 5-10 seconds to show up, but you can see, can't zoom in or anything like you could on your phone or within the app on the computer, but you still are able to see what's going on here if you need be. Also, when you are in here, it allows you to turn on the lights on or off if you have smart lights within the room that this lies in. So this is in my office. It's going to allow me to turn it on and off those lights. Also within here, you can go to view rooms and you can go into a specific room. For instance, my office, I can turn on and off the lights. I can turn on and off the TV. I can do the Google Home. I can do my office display, which is this. Also, if you want to get out of something quickly, just swipe from the left to the right and it'll close that out. If you do it again, it will show your screensaver. If you do it one more time, it's going to show just the clock and it'll stay to that clock. So it can do different video apps right now. The only one I really use is YouTube. So hey Google, play GregglesTV on YouTube.
What is going on, guys? Welcome to GregglesTV.
There you guys go. And that's actually max volume, so it gives you
22. This is where we go back
an idea of how good the volume is.
Shows that I released, and we just put them all into one episode, so that you don't have to go back. You can go.
And that's kind of cool. Some other cool stuff in here is if you swipe from the left, or from the right to the left, I always get that mixed up, but you can see different things that are coming up. You can see I have a reminder to make a Wisecam video. Otherwise, it says my day is clear. I can add an event. And then this is like the main screen from here, which you can see the last thing you did, that's a recipe. So recipes are cool. They'll show you step by step what you need to do. Reminders that I have coming up. So if you set yourself a reminder on your phone or whatever on this device, it'll show up right here. I have a reminder to make a Wisecam video. Calendar events. I don't have any calendar events. Top stories for me. These are going to be like videos to watch. So CNN, Google Video, YouTube, things like that I think I might be interested in. Spotify, I'm using Spotify so I can go quickly into a playlist and listen to that music. YouTube, it'll bring up YouTube videos I think I might be interested in. It's the morning time right now, so it's going to show me things that I can do for the morning. And you can even set that stuff up, so I could say, hey, good morning, and it would end up doing something direct so that I can go do that. And then lastly, you can click this and you can see even more things that you can do with Google Home. And you can do tons of stuff. Check the weather, set alarms, play music, play videos, manage your photos, play games with this thing. It really does tons of stuff. And just remember, it's the same Google Home you always loved if you love it, but with a display. So you don't really have to have the information sent to a display if you wanted to watch a video, for instance, and you can do it right on here. You can also cast from your phone to this device in a lot of apps as well. So overall, would I buy it? Would I try it? Yeah, I would definitely buy it. The speaker is not as good as the regular Google Home, the one that goes for about $120. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about getting this and you want it just basically on the speaker. The speaker's definitely not as good, but it's pretty good. The microphones I feel like are more sensitive than on the regular Google Home. That's one thing I wasn't loving on the Google Homes. But overall, I really like it. It's a great size, 7-inch display, so it fits, like for instance, under my monitors under here, and these monitors are kind of high a little bit. I mean, not too high, but maybe I don't know, 10 inches up, and it fits perfectly. It's great as a photo display. As you can see, I'm just showing photos of my son, and you can go through your Google Photos on your Google Home app and change it to whatever album or whatever person or whatever photos you want it to show. So buy, try, don't buy, definitely buy it. It's a great, fun device. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you down the road. Peace!